my husband and I got these placards that tell the history of where our last names came from, my maiden name and his name. And so that got me interested into trying to find out more about my roots. Now, my grandmother has this whole family history that goes way back, like Civil War, if not further back to a degree. And so I know, or I can find out quite a bit about my mom's side of the family, but I know very little about my dad's. So I decided that I'm going to try and build me a family tree and try and find more with my dad's side of the family. So what I'm doing is I'm pretty much going to be Googling the crap out of people. I'm going to be Googling my dad in the Iowa state records, because that's all going to be in there. My grandpa's going to be in there, which will have his parents, and I'm hoping that I can find and track down quite a bit of my family, because that would just be awesome. So I'm going to be sharing my journey with you, and it's starting today with what I know. And what I know is on my mom's side, we have my grandpa Lawrence Eldridge and my grandmother Mary Lee. And I knew my great grandma Lee. Trust me, she died when I was 14, 15, but I never learned her first name, or I can't remember it. But her husband died a long time ago, and like we have all these family reunions where I know most of my cousins, and I know my great uncles and my uncles and all this good stuff. So I know that side of the family pretty well that's still alive. And I knew most of my great uncles, like my great uncle Robert, who passed away, and my uncle Chuck, and a whole bunch of my greats, but I don't know anything about about them. And on my dad's side, I never knew his parents. I was like 3 or 4 when my great grandma Gay died, and I barely remember the funeral. I know it was in the spring or summertime, but I barely remember the funeral. I barely know my grandma Betty, and my grandpa, my dad's dad, passed away. I was still in high school. I was still in high school, because that was the last time I saw my Uncle Danny and Aunt Deb. Because I think it was the year it was either the year before or the year I did graduate high school, because my cousin Luke graduated the same year as me, and my grandpa's funeral was the last time I got to see my uncle and my 3 cousins who live out on my own. And I'm trying to figure out who I am. Everybody wants to know who they are, and I really didn't know my dad's side of the family. We didn't have family reunions like my mom's side does. We don't have all these get-togethers. I mean, when I go home to Iowa, I visit my Aunt Pam, my dad's sister, but I barely knew my dad's aunt. I can't remember if she's an aunt or a sister. I'm such a bad person. But my Aunt Judy died a couple of years ago. I don't know my dad's mom, my grandma Betty. I met her a couple of times, and I know who she is, and I just, I kind of want to know, who am I? And I want to do this because I want my daughter to know where she comes from. I want my sister to know where she comes from. I mean, like I said, we know our mom's side of the family very well. We're so close to so many of them. And they all live in like one section of Iowa. But we know my dad's sister and brother And Caitlin barely knows Uncle Danny. She was 7 or 8 the last time she saw them. So it's really, really hard to kind of not know who half of your family is without feeling upset. And I actually messaged my dad asking him for his help, and I just got a message from him. And let's see what he says. Okay, well, he told me I need to talk to my Aunt Pam, his sister, because she knows more about the family than he does. Yeah, well, my Aunt Pam's the oldest, so she would probably know her grandparents, my great-grandparents, and probably my great-great-grandparents better than my dad would, and definitely better than my Uncle Danny would. So right now I'm going to Google my dad and see with his birthday, which is in June. And like the only way I know my dad's birthday is because he says he was one of the last, he was part of the last of the baby boomers, and the baby boomers ended in the 60s. So I apologize for the clickety-clack, tappity-tap. I have one hand still, so... Albia. And it's John V. Gay. Let's see if this is him. John V. Gay in Malcolm, Iowa, who lived in... This is it. This is it. This is... Holy crap. I just found my grandpa's birthday. John V. Gay. So my dad was born June 27th, 1959. My grandpa was born June 14, 1928. My grandpa was in his 30s when my dad was born. Not unheard of. I have one more clue. One more clue. Okay, so now I'm a little bit more excited now. Yeah, this is exciting. Okay, I'm gonna keep digging. Like I said, I'm gonna keep digging, and I'll keep you guys up to date when something happens. I'm so excited. So yeah, hopefully my Aunt Pam will be able to help me with a few things, and I can just keep plugging along, because like I said, I know a good chunk of my mom's side, but I know nothing of my dad's. So this is exciting, and I hope you'll enjoy this, and I can't wait. So until next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. I will keep you up to date with what I have discovered. I'm probably going to post another video here in a couple of days with sort of like a drawing of my family tree. I bought the stuff today to draw it out so I can have a nice big representation of it. But in the last couple of hours of just research, I've discovered about 5 generations back, so I can't wait to show it to you guys. I gotta do some more digging, figure out siblings and aunts and uncles and all that good stuff, so I'm super excited. Any questions or comments, please leave down below. I will include my official Facebook page and my Twitter account, and I will see you all later.